I have a blank canvas and some drawing supplies. Let's see what I can come up with today. As I sit here, I start to reminisce about when I was younger. I wanted to be a lawyer because I had a strong sense for justice. That strong sense for justice sprang up in me when I was a small child. I was often beat up by my brother. He would hide himself around the corner in the house. He knew I was going to be walking around the corner at any given moment. And the whole point of it was just to grab my hair and pull as hard as he could. It would last until I was able to get away from him. This torment would continue for years until I finally had the gumption to stand up to him. Justice was served. I was never one to retaliate, but I soon found out if I didn't stand up for myself, it would never end. And even though I still had a strong sense for justice, I slowly grew out of the idea of becoming a lawyer because of my own conduct in my teenage years. I had always sketched and took inspiration from my aunt's work. She was very talented. I loved the butterflies she had tattooed on her body, and she could draw faces that looked like a real person. So I thought I would give it a go at drawing. For years I doodled and drew as a way to escape parts of my reality, but as time went on, I knew I was not destined as an artist, and soon my drawing pads were put away and only pulled out when I needed to put my extra energy I had stored up into something creative. Then my attention was turned to writing. I had wrote some poems and sent them into the Poetry Foundation with an acceptance letter of approval. I had a poem published and I felt accomplished, and this gave me more motivation to continue writing. As the years went on, I became a young mother and I decided I wanted to write children's books. I wrote a couple rough drafts and there they sat. I had no idea where to go from there, not any direction, and life went on. Later on, I decided I wanted to learn how to play the guitar. After all, my dad played the guitar, so certainly I'd be good at that. When I was a little girl, my brothers and I would sit on the floor while Dad played the guitar. Him and Mom sang together. They would teach us kids the songs, and eventually we would sing along. I don't know, when I think about it, it reminds me of The Brady Bunch, a late 60s, mid-70s show about a family that was picturesque and probably desired by every kid in the universe. Not only did my dad know how to play the guitar, but my brothers also learned it with ease. So I purchased a guitar, and with dedication in mind, I would give it my all. I soon learned it wasn't as easy to learn the strings, how to read the music, where to place my fingers, how to tune the guitar. So instead of learning how to actually play it, I would just make up my own tunes and play what I had taught myself. Years down the road, I would place the guitar in a corner and it would become a relic, a decoration in the house, only to be looked upon with another failed talent. And this would continue on in my life. I tried the ukulele, and then I tried the banjolele because I loved the sound of it, and it's much smaller size compared to the guitar. I tried the piano, only to replicate tunes I've heard before. I tried to build a couple small businesses in retail, but those two would come to nothing as I found it difficult to have high levels of interaction with people. Like, who wants to engage with people all day long? It is absolutely an exhausting experience, but hats off to you if you got that kind of energy. And eventually came to a mindset that I wasn't good at anything. I could piece together topics of interest, but could never have mastery in any one area of interest. As I've gotten older, I've realized it wasn't about not being able to become master over the topics of interest. It was more about dedication and how much I truly wanted those areas to become a reality. You see, when we truly have a desire for something and we put our energy and time into it, it can become a reality. It can become something we are truly good at. But if we never get serious enough about it, then we are stacking up areas of interests one by one into a box of forgotten treasures. What kind of talents have you boxed up and stored away? I've learned that even though I may never be a Picasso or a Beethoven or a George Orwell, I can be me. The me that desires to learn something and spend whatever increments of time I have on how to do that something. After all, talents and things we are interested in take dedication and time. Just because I have set areas of interest down doesn't mean I'm a failure, but that maybe those things weren't my calling. Maybe those things were teaching me something along the way, but I just couldn't see it at the time because I was going through it. When we are going through life's circumstances, we can't see what it is trying to teach us. Most often, it is later that we can see the lesson behind that circumstance. If you're like me and feel like you've had many failed attempts at learning something, failed attempts at life, remember, we can only see the smaller canvas, but there is a bigger one beyond our sight. Our sight is limited on this earth, just as our time is. So don't waste it on the I wish I coulds and the what ifs. Enjoy what you can do. Enjoy the talents, even if minimal, that you do possess, and cultivate them for growth and dedication, and use them for a good cause. Be thankful and patient for those things in which will still be revealed to you in time. And don't be afraid to teach others along the way some of those things that you have learned. How is it that one should ever learn if they are never taught? You may be able to save someone a lot of time and a lot of failed attempts just by teaching somebody else what you already know. And if you want to know how I used my face as a canvas to hide my autism, click on the next video that will pop up. Go enjoy your day and make the most of it. I'm sending my love to you all, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'm going to let the remainder of this video play if you want to continue watching it. Take care, everyone.